We are now going to get the private sector perspective, and we have a very known personality. I refer to him as the president that Ghana never had. We are hoping that we will still have him as the president one day. We have Mr. KWAME PIANIM, who is a celebrated Ghanaian business economist and investment consultant. He served as an economic research officer at the United Nations, New York, from 1964 to 1970, and was acting Principal Secretary, Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning of Ghana from 1970 to 1972, and later served as the Deputy Managing Director, Ghana Aluminium Products Limited, TEMA, and as the CEO of the New World Investments, now New World Renaissance Securities. He is also a former Chief Executive of Ghana Cocoa Board and was once the Chairman of the Public Utility Regulatory Council, what we refer to as the PURC of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce to you Mr. KWAME PIANIM.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Let me first of all congratulate Dr. Eben Chambers for setting up the scene for us, giving us the state of democracy in Africa and the efforts that are being made at the national, sub-regional, and the African Union level, as well as the United Nations level, to help us fight this global pandemic. I also like to thank Ishmael Yamson and Associates for organizing this in spite of the challenging uncertainties and days of anxieties we are all going through. One thing we are sure, that this pandemic will end. As the poets say, there will be a tomorrow. So I'd like us to take a look at the post-pandemic era and the private sector. So my topic is democracy, politics, leadership, development, and development in Africa, the private sector perspective. There have been increasing disillusionment with democracy in Africa. Over half a century of development efforts, the expected dividend from political independence and democracy in terms of improving standards and social progress for all our citizens and our communities seem to be eluding us. We are falling short of the great expectations of high hopes envisioned in the heydays of political independence. The expected unleashing of the tremendous entrepreneurial talents of Africa to modernize and transform agriculture and add value to the rich natural resources that we have in order to create employment for our teeming youth is still an aspiration. Exporting our raw materials and resources to other countries just induce our youth to follow these resources, often in rickety boats, to other countries in search of illusory jobs and greener pastures. As the evidence of the unfulfilled expectations mount, we are increasingly interrogating our institutions and brand of politics. Is democracy failing us? Is leadership failing us? Multi-party and term-based politics, are they toxic, disruptive, and not conducive to the long-term planning and policy stability and continuity that are good for fostering economic growth and development? Does the perception of high risk mirror the violent politics that people seem to think prevail in Africa?